Time now for your forewarned weather.
All right, Seth, it was a busy day in the weather world here in the Beehive State. A lot of rain, some flash flooding, as we saw in the videos a little earlier. What are we looking ahead to?
Well, you're telling me it's been a really busy day here in the Weather Center. But before we get into the weather, I want to show you this time lapse coming out of Black Desert. You're going to see those showers rolling on through in the afternoon as daytime heating adds energy to these storms, a little extra lift. But that wasn't the only place that saw some storms roll through. Castle Country, this time lapse coming out of Price, shows not one, not two, but three storms rolling through. The pavement didn't even have a chance to get dry. It just kept on raining and raining. And we still have a couple echoes of moisture in the eastern side of the state, especially towards Grand Junction, or I guess Grand Junction is more Colorado, but the Moab area. What I really want to focus on, though, is up here in the north. This cell is about to cross over the northern Wasatch Front. It's headed straight for Ogden, Layton, Perry, and I imagine it's going to hit Cache Valley in a little bit. Look at all that lightning, frequent lightning, and gusts of 50 miles an hour. So make sure that you get indoors and stay safe. Now check this out. This is actually a picture from that very storm as it moved over Salt Lake. Scott Taylor sending this in. This is the view from Magna. And here's another picture. I'm going to step out of the way so that you can really appreciate those colors. Awesome shot. Scott, thank you for sending that our way. I know it's super hard to capture lightning on camera. Storm threat remains for tomorrow. General risk for the entire state. But what you see here in a darker green is a marginal risk, which means more isolated severe thunderstorms like we saw today. So it should be another interesting day. Flash flooding is also something that we're going to be keeping our eye on. You saw that video of the flood rolling through earlier, even though there was no rain, and we're going to see that in these areas tomorrow too, probable for the outdoor recreation areas that we love. So it is not a good weekend to be going out there. Futurecast will walk us through the timing. Clears out overnight. This is what we call a diurnal pattern, when it calms overnight and it picks back up in the afternoon. Starts in the higher elevations in the late morning, but by the afternoon, the heating adds lift to these storms and it really starts to bubble up, not only in the higher elevations, but towards the Wasatch Front, all the way down the I-15, St. George, even expecting to see some thunderstorms. We could see Cache Valley get another cell at midnight. Could catch you by surprise, but be forewarned, it could hit you. Clears out again overnight, but by Monday, we see that wet weather pick right back up. Not going to be as bad as we saw today or what we're going to see tomorrow, but it's definitely still going to be there. That wet weather potential does taper off. We have scattered showers and thunderstorms for tomorrow. By Tuesday, we get a little bit of a break, but then we go right back to the wet weather scene by Wednesday. As for tomorrow, well, you guessed it, thunderstorms across the state. We have 90s and 80s statewide. Even St. George is going to have a hard time hitting those triple digits. Let's zoom in here so that you can find your city. Temperatures along the Wasatch Front are going to be in the low 90s. The Wasatch back is going to be in the 80s. Storms in the north, storms in central Utah as well. 90s down the I-15, 80s in the cooler spots. Green River at 94. And southern Utah will be trending a little bit cooler. They have a whole lot of moisture and a lot of cloud cover that's going to cap daytime heating. 98 degrees is going to be the high tomorrow in St. George, and it stays within a few degrees of that for the next 7 days. 100 degrees is the average in St. George for this time of year, so we'll be within a couple degrees of that for the remainder of the week. Scattered thunderstorms in St. George tomorrow, isolated on Monday. By Tuesday, you get a break, but then that monsoonal moisture returns back to Washington County. As for the Wasatch Front, it's going to be a similar story. Sunday and Monday, we have those isolated thunderstorms holding on. Break on Tuesday. Wet weather returns on Wednesday. And temperatures are going to be right around average. 92 is the average for this time of year with the Wasatch Front. So it's not going to be too bad. It's just going to be really wet.